What up, man? It's your big brother K-Rino. Look, man, hey, I'm going to tell y'all something, man. It's a lot of sayings that I want to relate to y'all right now. One of them is, you got to pay the cost to be the boss. We've all heard that one. Another one is, heavy is the head that wears the crown. We've all heard that one. If I think of another one as I'm going along, I'll slip it in. But I'm mentioning all this to let everybody know. This is for everybody who loves to talk about bossing up and being a boss. And I'm the head man, head woman, kingpin, CEO, captain of the ship, whatever you want to say. This is what you have to understand. With great position comes great responsibility, but also it comes with great burden. Great burden and great stress sometimes, because when you are the top dog, everything goes through you. All the decisions that are made have to go through you. And sometimes the ones that are under you, they are not going to be happy with the decisions that you make at times, because those decisions sometimes will not include their participation, or those decisions may place them in a limited role, a lesser role than they feel that they should be getting. They feel like they should be worthy of a greater role. So the leader is always in a position where sometimes he got to make a tough call. He got to make a tough decision. It's like being the coach of a sports team, and you got to decide, hey, this the playoffs. You know, I know you got some minutes in the regular season. You played a bunch of games, but this particular series, it doesn't fit what you do. So you're going to have to probably sit out. You're not going to play as much. And some people can accept those roles and say, okay, whatever it takes for the team to win. Other people, not so much. Other people are like, man, I ain't getting no minutes. I ain't getting in the game, man. I know I can bring something. And maybe you can, but the leader in that moment made a decision and determined that, nah, I don't think we need you in this particular situation. So when you step into a leadership position, when you step into that seat, when you sit in that seat, you have to know that you're not going to always be the most popular person in the room, because you are in a seat that is typically required to make everybody happy, to satisfy everybody's needs and desires, or their own egos, or however it's laid out. And the reality is, it's just simply impossible to pull that off. You can't do it when you're dealing with multiple personalities. But for the sake of the company, for the sake of the brand, for the sake of the team, all of these things have to be placed ahead of an individual and the individual's thoughts. And does that mean that you as the leader are going to be right every time? No. You're going to make mistakes, and sometimes the person that you decide not to bring up, promote, include, play, whatever the scenario calls for, sometimes they're right. Sometimes you're wrong and they're right. But whatever happens, you are the one that has to live with that decision. You are the one who is going to either receive the praise for the decision that you made, or you're the one that's going to take the arrows. You're going to take those arrows to the chest behind the decision that you made when an unpopular decision proves itself to be the wrong decision. But sometimes, most of the times with a good leader, even the unpopular position proves to be the right decision. And if you keep your resolve strong and you keep your foot on the gas and you don't allow yourself to be discouraged by outside noise or influenced by outside noise, when you know that the decision is the right thing to do, the decision you're making is the right thing to do, over time, people will notice that you typically make the right decision, and then it will get a lot easier to run your ship because you won't be questioned as much as you might have been early on when people hadn't seen the results. So again, if you have a coach and the coach done won 3 championships and won 1,000 games in his career, and he's coached some of the best players and he's led them to victory, and when somebody else comes in, that coach has a resume that is respected. That coach has a track record in the history that's respected, and now people come in off the rip and they already know to fall in line and they can't play that with you. Is that to say that some still won't try it? Absolutely, they'll still try it. But you have to know that, hey man, if I'm going to take on this role as a leader, I have more responsibility. It's going to be harder on me to say no. It's going to be hard on me when I say no. It's going to be harder on me when I choose this one over that one, and the one that I didn't choose is in their feelings. All of these things come along with leadership. But the people who typically complain and go in on you about that, those are people who have never had to wear those hats. And sometimes they grow up into a point where they end up wearing those hats, and then they come back later and they tell you, man, I understand. I wasn't in your shoes, but man, now that I am, I get it. So yeah, be a leader. I always encourage people to be a leader, but understand what comes with it. You got to be built for leadership. You got to be built for the insubordination. You got to be built for the internal strife. You got to build for the outside criticism. You got to be built for all that stuff, man. So that is. It's your big brother K-Rino. I will catch y'all with another later on. Peace and hair grease.